Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. Welcome once again to the channel. I'm your host, Octane. Today we do possible deck combination. So I've got two combinations for you today. I've got this one that I showed you yesterday, and I've got this one that actually works relatively well. You get the killer skill from Pirate Plunderers, which is a arcane killer ultimate form. It's a quite old arcane killer ultimate form. This one will create power gems based on something called loot. Loot is just a status, just like the status that you get from high performance unit area. So high performance unit area is the card that we'll be using to boost our arcane killer cards. So we've got Omega Mother Goddess, and this one will give us an immunity as well, but it will create power gems based on intensity with its passive. So it will create one power gem 5 every time it gets hit, and it will create an additional one based on immortal killer's intensity. This one does the same thing with its passive as well, but it's got a battle skill that will create 6 power gem 5s as well. On board, we've got Glorious Golems to give us dark power gems on the board, and to help us increase our immortal intensity quite quickly. This one I showed you yesterday: Frozen Devastation, Watcher of the Wave, Lost Kingdom Guardians, the Jailers, and Consecrated Wizardess is quite a nice one. It's got a long cooldown. This one, the cooldown is fairly short. This is the one that I'm using for the quest map, and it works okay. So we're gonna go straight into a battle. We're gonna have a look at what both combination can do. I haven't been playing quite long because, as you can see, my key counts are very low. I just started playing around about 90 minutes ago because I just finished work, and as I said, I'm quite busy. So the bosses are at their maximum 300, and we're gonna look at a diamond boss. First up, we're gonna look at our main deck, which is the one with the Jailers. Now if you have a look, we have actually got equip Lost Kingdom Guardians, which dispels Traitor, and we are gonna break a few arcane. We're gonna break quite a lot of arcane shield because we've only got arcane killer relics on board. So go in with 3 keys. What we want to do, we want to power up all our cards quite quickly, and we want to get in as much attack as possible because the Jailers have got a long cooldown, so we want to play really quick so we can get through the cooldown. So power up the cards quite quickly. All your cards, try to get all your cards powered up as quickly as possible. And what we're gonna do, you can either wait on the passive for Frozen Devastation, but I haven't got time for that. So what I do, I just use my cards as soon as the battle skills are ready, swap the 2 biggest power gems that I see. I don't waste time looking for the 2 biggest. As soon as my eye catches, and as you can see, the damage is quite high. So Frozen Devastation just dealt over 473 trillion, I think it was. So as you can see, the damage is pretty massive on this one. So you can see the overkill. Overkill is 452 trillion. So this deck, this combination is able to take down a Carillion Guild boss, and it would have been even crazier if I had the ultimate form. I did manage to get the Master Collection card. Let's see, I did manage to get the Master Collection card from the 500 gem vault. There it is. However, I was hoping to get the ultra rare on the second vault. So the first vault, 500 vault, got the Master Collection card. Thought I would be lucky enough to get the ultra rare on the second one, but I wasn't very lucky. But I'll try over the weekend and see if I get the ultra rare, because I think it will do quite well having the ultimate form alongside the jailers. Okay, so we're gonna look at this combination next. So that combination won't be as quick as or as powerful as the first one that I showed you. I'm going with free keys as well. And what you want to do, you want to try and get our performance unit area powered up as quick as possible. So as you can see, we're not breaking all the arcane shield with this one, but that's not a problem. And we haven't got any dispel Viterator apart from our performance unit area, which her skill will dispel it. And once it's dispelled, it will also dispel. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to see if we can get our intensity as high as possible. And we're going to activate Mother Goddess, because she will give us a she'll give us, and we go ahead again and activate our performance unit area. So she gives us an immunity as well, but she's got a 5-turn cooldown. And then we're going to activate all our battle skills. Swap the biggest power gems that we can find. And you can see that damage is not as good as the damage from the first combination, but it is a combination that you could use. It's not a combination that's going to take out the Carillion guild bosses, but it is something that you could consider to use. You'll have to play fast as well. You could actually see if you could swap this one out, Mother Goddess, and use the Master Collection card if you've got it. If you haven't got the Master Collection card, you could use the Master Collection card from Sumerian Pantheon. However, I rather this one. This one is vastly more powerful. It's much straightforward. It's much easier to use. But if you haven't got those cards, this is an option. You probably won't be able to take out the Carillion guild bosses. You probably would need help with the Diamond guild bosses, but you could take out Ruby guild bosses. So it is something that you can use to perform within the event, but it's not something that's gonna give you massive damage unless you've got other cards. What you could do with this deck as well, you could play around with it. You could swap out the commander cards and use Slayer cards instead. So if you've got Frozen Devastation, you could use Frozen Devastation to get the status. Or if you got Lost Kingdom Guardian, you could use Lost Kingdom Guardian to get the status. If you haven't got the jailers, then you could use Glorious Golem along with High Performance Unit area. You could use the Apex Predator deck, which is a Slayer Immortal Killer deck, and get the killer status from Lost Kingdom Guardians or Frozen Devastation. So that's something you could consider. Now, when it comes to the quest map, this is the one that I'm using. And as I said before, I like playing the diamond maps and diamond bosses. Find them really fun. So I'm doing most of my farming here at the diamond boss. When you get to a certain level, you do get Carillion keys. I might choose to actually play the Carillion bosses this time around. However, I need to farm all my keys between today and tomorrow. Saturday I won't have a lot of time to play, but I will try and get at least a hour play or 2 hours play when my girl is doing the frenzy. It's really fun when everybody is on and we're just running through the bosses. So that's really fun. So don't want to miss out on that one. So I will try and farm as much keys as possible. So today I'm only able to get in probably 3 hours play. Might go to my bed a bit late-ish. I try to get some gameplay in to farm as much keys as possible, because tomorrow will be quite a busy day. But with this one, I'm not too focused on powering up high performance unit areas battle skill quite quickly. I'm more focused on getting through the waves. When her battle skill is powered up, then it's powered up, but I only focus on powering up her battle skill when I'm going up against like when I come up against mini bosses. I'd like to have her skill ready so I can actually get the status, because the status does help you to take out the mini bosses quite easily. So I've got the status now, and my deck does produce a bit of power gem passively, and as the intensity increases I produce far more water power gem. I didn't choose to use Glorious Golem in this combination because Glorious Golem would create too much dark gems on the board, and I'd be creating far less water power gems, so didn't choose to use it on this combination. But it's something that you could choose if you've got a card that creates quite a number of water power gems. So there you go, takes out the boss quite easily. So that's the two combination that if you've got the cards to create this combination, I would recommend this combination. It's vastly more powerful, it's quicker, it's better. It's a brilliant combination to use. This one, less powerful, you have to play quickly and it takes a bit more concentration, so I wouldn't really recommend this one if you've got the cards for the other combination. However, if these are the cards that you've got, you could create this particular deck. When it comes to the quest map, you could put together cards that creates water power gems passively. You could put an off affinity card on board, or you could just leave it with all water. It depends on what you're looking for. So those are the combinations that I've got for you today. So if the information was helpful, leave a like on the video. If you've got a question, you can knock me up in the network app, or you could leave it on the video. I'll try and see if I can get the ultra rare from the 500 gem vault on Saturday. If I do get it and I come up with a deck combination that is vastly more powerful than this one, I'll showcase it on Saturday. However, until then, this is Octane saying stay safe, stay healthy, peace, enjoy the event, and see you soon. Bye for now.